Okay, so I did a video recently in which I explained why I wanted to distance myself from Jordan Peterson. I am not anti-Peterson now. I still appreciate all the things he did in the past. He just does some stuff now that I do not want to be associated with. Like the stuff he does now has made it such that, yeah, that I don't want to be associated with it, but that doesn't mean I wish him any ill will. Anyway, people wanted to follow up because I wasn't really prepared to make that statement. It just came out. I usually don't like being critical. Being critical is so easy, but I have brain damage now from long COVID, so doing something easy works for me. So anyway, he happened to have this viral moment today. I watched it, even though I have not been watching Peterson in a long time. And I'm going to give a quick reaction to the moment that stood out to me. And it's the one they clip and give you the teaser of at the beginning. Hope this is working. Okay. Jubilee, I'm not criticizing Peterson. Jubilee makes them scramble for the chair like that to get a chance to talk to a public intellectual in front of the world. And most of the time they're talking about serious things. Like they have things in there, and so to me, that's absolutely ridiculous. It's undignified to the people going for the chair, and they don't start off on an equal footing with the expert because the expert's sitting there looking all dignified, and they just it's as if a group of children are playing duck, duck, goose, and everyone's running for the chair. That's ridiculous.
Hey, Dr. Peterson.
How are you doing?
Danny, nice to meet you.
What's your name?
Danny.
Danny.
You're saying atheists worship things or people or places, whatever. Can you be very clear about your definition of worship again?
Good start.
Tend to, prioritize, and sacrifice for.
Okay, that's it. That's your understanding of worship.
Well, I could flesh it out, but that'll do for the time we have.
Okay,
Okay, so I want to say Peterson's doing fine so far. And I will point out right now that the look on this guy's face as he's saying all this is you can tell he's got some sort of trap he's building to. And so, anyone who's the criticisms I make later when this goes bad, I will agree with any Peterson defenders who say this guy was planning to be a little shit. He's walking Peterson into some sort of trap, but I think Peterson's handling it perfectly fine right now.
Catholics attend to Mary?
Okay, wait.
That'll do.
For anyone who hasn't seen
Okay, that's it.
Sorry.
That's your understanding of worship.
Actually, no.
Well, I could flesh it out, but that'll do for the time we have.
Okay, do Catholics attend to Mary?
Yes.
Okay, so do they fit that description of worship?
Yes.
So you would say Catholics and other people that revere Mary, like the Eastern Orthodox tradition, worship Mary?
Well, they might.
Okay, so far, to me, everything's fine. Kid's setting up his trap. Peterson's responding perfectly fine. Why did this guy react like this? He just reacted as if the kid just owned Peterson, and I have no idea why.
They fit that description of worship?
Yes.
So you would say Catholics and other people that revere Mary, like the Eastern Orthodox tradition, worship Mary?
Well, they might not put her in the highest
But
place.
you would put it that way.
No.
You just said it. Now you're taking it back.
There's
now?
still a hierarchy.
Okay.
Okay, no, now the kid's wrong, and Peterson's being perfectly fine. The kid's got Peterson's idea wrong now, and Peterson's pointing that out to him.
You would put it that way.
No.
You just said it. Now you're taking it back.
There's
now?
still a hierarchy.
Okay, there's a hierarchy, but within the
There's something at the top.
All right, you can worship things
Mary
below.
is quite a ways up the hierarchy, but not at the top.
Let's go over your definition of worship again. What's your definition of worship?
Attend to.
Attend to.
Prioritize.
Do
And
Catholics
sacrifice for.
do Catholics attend to? Do they prioritize Mary over all other human beings?
No, I didn't say.
Okay, no, and yes, Catholics do absolutely, I would say, worship Mary, but in the way Peterson says. Peterson's doing great, and this kid's wrong now. But no, of course you don't put Mary above all. And I was an altar boy. I'm familiar with Catholicism.
Do they prioritize Mary over all other human beings?
No, I didn't say overall, did I? I didn't add that to my definition.
You understand.
I said there was a hierarchy as well.
You attend to
So you can attend to something trivially, or you can attend to it deeply.
Okay, now you're adding stuff to the definition. But your original
I
definition.
added the hierarchy part at the beginning.
Are you
You just
familiar?
didn't understand it.
Are you familiar with the Immaculate?
Okay, Peterson got his little dig in there in a perfectly appropriate way. He's right. The kid's not understanding. I'm totally cool. Like, this is perfectly fine Peterson. If this was all Peterson was, I wouldn't be distancing myself from him. He got in his little dig there, and it was totally in a friendly way. He wasn't putting the guy down. That was perfectly reasonable. Little tiny bit of a joke. Twist on. He is just also telling him the truth. Like, no, you're not understanding. So we're all good. But it's going to go bad.
Trivially, or you can attend to it deeply.
Okay, now you're adding stuff to the definition. But your original definition...
I added the hierarchy part at the beginning.
Are you familiar?
Just didn't understand it.
Are you familiar with the Immaculate Conception?
Why is that relevant?
Because you go to a Catholic church, don't you?
Okay, and this isn't a big criticism, but at this point, I was curious what trap this kid was laying. I was curious where he was going with the Virgin Mary thing and bringing in the Immaculate Conception. I was curious what point he was going to make. And because Peterson chose not to just say, yes, I'm familiar with it, go on, like let him spring his trap so we could see what it was. I was curious. Instead, this is where Peterson asks him why he's asking, which we would have found out if you'd let him spring the trap. Then we would all know why he was asking. So I'm a little disappointed there.
Didn't understand it.
Are you familiar with the Immaculate Conception?
Why is that relevant?
Because you go to a Catholic church, don't you? Or you've attended recently. You're interested in Catholicism, aren't you?
Sure.
All right. Are you familiar with their doctrines?
Somewhat.
Okay, you're
Their
familiar.
doctrines are very
How do they
deep.
regard Mary?
Why are you asking me that?
Because you're a Christian.
You say that.
Okay. Peterson's done okay up until now. But yeah, I really wish he hadn't done the why are you asking that.
I haven't claimed that.
Oh, what is this? Is this Christians versus atheists?
I don't know.
You don't know where you are right now.
Don't be a smartass.
Okay. The kid fucking got Peterson there. That is he was totally open to make a joke at Peterson's expense there. Where am I? What's going on? Who took my false teeth? Because at this point, it goes bad, and Peterson should have let him land that point and not sound like a grumpy old man. This is where it all gets disappointing.
This is atheist?
You say that. I have
Regard Mary.
Why are you asking me that?
Because you're a Christian.
You say that. I haven't claimed that.
Oh, what is this? Is this Christians versus atheists?
I don't know.
You don't know where you are right now.
Don't be a smartass.
Well,
and I mean
either you're a
'cause I
Christian
won't
or you're
talk
not.
to you if you're a smartass.
Oh, either you're a Christian or you're not. Which one is it?
I could be either of them, but I don't have to tell you.
Okay, I'm going to get to that at the end when I come off this. So this is something I'm going to respond to, what he says now, but we'll watch the rest first.
Be a smartass.
Well,
and I mean
either you're a
'cause
Christian
I won't
or you're
talk
not.
to you if you're a smartass.
Oh, either you're a Christian or you're not. Which one is it?
I could be either of them, but I don't have to tell you.
You don't have to tell me. I was under the impression
private.
I was invited to talk to a Christian. Am I not talking to a Christian?
No, you were invited to.
I think everyone should look at the title of the YouTube channel. You're probably in the wrong YouTube video.
You're really quite something.
Okay, the kid got him again. This absolutely was fucking called one Christian versus 20 atheists. And the channel, okay, not Peterson, but the channel cowardly changed the title of this video a few hours after it went up, presumably because this moment went viral. So, no, Peterson's wrong here. This kid's got him at this. Also, if you're doubting that it really was one Christian versus 20 atheists, look at all their other videos. That's what this channel does. So the kid's landing this.
Christian. Am I not talking to a Christian?
No, you were invited to.
I think everyone should look at the title of the YouTube channel. You're probably in the wrong YouTube video.
You're really quite something. You are.
Aren't I? But you're really quite nothing. Right? You're not a Christian.
Okay, I'm done with him.
Okay. So now I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I hope that worked. Otherwise, I really looked like an idiot for whoever is watching. Okay, I think, yeah, I'm back now. So hopefully hopefully that worked. I will continue as if it did. So at the end there, the kid fucking landed his last joke. That was a good response because Peterson had already Peterson was the first one to take it ad hominem. And it was like, because, yeah, he got him. Peterson was supposed to be there as a Christian. That's the way it was presented to the people in the circle, I'm sure. That was the original title. So the kid got him. And then Peterson did the, "You're really quite something," which is a little bit of a jab, but it's an emotional moment. But then the kid fucking landed it with, "You're really quite nothing." That was a funny response. And it was relevant to the point he was trying to make. So I will now give, this is one of the things I find disappointing about Peterson, because he's so great in so many other ways. But he initially, a lot of people didn't like it when asked if he believes in God. He would say, "That depends. What do you mean by believe? What do you mean by God?" I thought he was being perfectly reasonable there. At that stage, like, he was taking the question deeply, and that was a valid answer. And he would follow it up with a discussion of what he means by believe and what he means by God. But now he's saying that, like, when asked if he's a Christian, when asked does he believe in God, he says, "That's a personal question. I don't want to answer it." And yes, there are certain things that are personal questions. You don't talk politics or religion at the table. But think of it this way. If I wrote a book about Christianity and I did a whole bunch of podcasts about Christianity, and somebody said to me, "Are you gay?" And I said, "That's a personal question. I really don't want to answer it," that would be totally reasonable. Like, there are times where that works. Or if I had written a book about gay rights and was doing podcasts about the history of homosexuality and how society's treated them, and someone were to say to me, "Are you a Christian?" then yeah, it would be valid to say that's a personal thing. I don't want to answer that. But Peterson is writing books about, giving lectures on Christianity and God. And, like, he has clearly chosen the side of promoting Christianity. So at this point, I do feel like he's being ridiculous when he takes offense at that question. That kid owned him. This is an example of, not the worst, of why I'd like to distance myself from Peterson. But I happened to watch that today. It's the first Peterson I've watched in a long time. People wanted, and I responded to someone that, like, someone was making points, like, saying that I had made some very weak points. They offered me some constructive criticism, which was great. "Oh, hey, Nolan, I hope you're doing well." And so I do intend to make a video response to that. This just isn't it. I do have a tendency to just put shit off until I'm not feeling as tired, but I'm so fucking tired all the time. So, and I'll point out the reason I'm gonna do a video for that, and I might not respond to some other comments, is if you just comment that I'm wrong, that's, like, who cares? Everybody's fucking right. It doesn't matter. Like, this person came in, and not only did they not attack me, do any ad hominem, or straw man me in any way, they provided their reasons. And so they were offering something of value with their criticism of my video. They have a completely different perspective on it, and therefore they have information that I don't have, and they were sharing it. So I would like to respond to that. I am not, I don't want, I hope, there seems to have developed two groups of people. How do I put this? Okay. I'm going to use an analogy first to say what I'm noticing. At one point, all Star Trek fans, there wasn't a division among Star Trek fans when the first show was on. Trekkies all agreed that Captain Kirk was awesome. And then at a certain point, The Next Generation came out, and suddenly Star Trek fans had a division within them. There was the ones who thought the original series was the best, and there's the ones who thought Next Generation was the best. So now you have the division of Kirk or Picard. It wasn't there before. Peterson, unfortunately, has always been divisive. But within the group of people who were initially fans of Peterson's work, there has been a divide since then. Like me saying I want to distance myself from him publicly after supporting him for so long. It's clear that it's not just me feeling that way. I believe Rebel Wisdom shut down their whole channel because they had started it based on Peterson work and then diverged. There seems to be a big group of people who were once Peterson fans and they don't like his newer work. And then there's a group of Peterson fans that seem to think he's gotten better than ever. I just hope that that in no way becomes divisive in the sense of we start disliking each other or fucking arguing over it. I don't dislike Peterson at all. I don't like the people, or don't dislike any people who are a fan of his or who even prefer the new material over the old stuff. That's all cool. We can have our own opinions. We can discuss with each other why we feel that way, but it should be coming out of a place of love and understanding each other. I don't want, I'm willing to talk about why I want to distance myself from Peterson, so long as the interaction does not become toxic or negative or start dividing people. And on that, my brain's so fucking tired. I just want to stop this stream, but I got it done. So, God bless, lunatic love to all.